Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Bailey's Boy. My name is Paul and you'll have to excuse me because I'm going through a really bad cold at the moment, or man flu. My voice is a little bit off and I'm sniffling all the time, so I do apologise about that. Anyway, this is episode 2 and this one's about preparing. So in the first episode I talked about the previous dog that we had called Buster, who passed away sadly 12 weeks ago today. Yeah, it's amazing how that's flown by, but he's left a huge void. I don't want to talk about too much about him because I did cover him a lot in the last episode. I don't want this video to go on for too long, but he was an amazing little boy. He brought so much happiness and love, and he lived in the moment. And I think that's something that a lot of humanity is missing. We don't live so much in the moment. We're always planning for the future and looking at the future and not living in the now. And Buster taught us that. He was an amazing little boy, and we miss him. And although we know we can't bring him back, and as much as we wish we could, we can't. But we have got everything that Buster taught us. He taught us a lot about his world, and he brought a hell of a lot of fun into the house. And I was only saying yesterday about how I missed just his footsteps coming down the stairs in the morning. He was just incredible. And I love him. I loved him to bits, and that will never change. But everything that he taught us, we could apply for a new dog. That experience that we learned over the almost 8 years we had with Buster, we can give to a new dog, and we can give him a happy, loving home with a life full of adventures. We went away to places like Breen in Somerset, a huge beach that was dog friendly, and the Lake District, and we took him up to Scotland, and we'd like to give that to another dog, and we feel like we've got a lot to offer. And the one thing we never ever did with Buster was leave him alone. So dogs are very clingy. If you ever had a dog, very clingy. But also as well, if you've lost a dog before, if you've had a dog and he's passed away, you'll also understand the emptiness that is ultimately left behind after they've gone. And it's horrible. There's no two ways about it. It is horrible. The house feels like bricks and mortar at the minute, and it doesn't really feel like we're living at the moment. It feels like we're more existing. So we want a dog, and we've seen how much love that they can give. So, yeah, I hope we find one soon, and I'll be covering all on this channel. But this episode's all about preparing. And behind me, and this is the reason why I'm in here, is we've got Bailey's, the dog that we're hoping to give the name Bailey because we like the name, new dog crate. Now, Buster never had one of these. Never had one of these at all. And that was because we always thought they were a little bit like a cage, a little bit draconian and that. But the more people you get to speak to with dogs and that, you realise actually they've got cages as well, and you make the crate the dog's happy place. We've got puzzle games for the dog that we can put in there, and we can feed the dog in there, and it can be like, oh, it's a good place to be. And although Buster never had a crate, he did have a little tent. He actually had two, actually. He was a very spoilt little boy, and it was a little pop-up tent. And even when I went camping, I took Buster to Windermere, and we camped there, and I had a big, huge 4-person tent. And although we slept together on a double bed that I had, he had his own little tent, which we could take away. And conversely, we went in a lodge as well last year, and we still took his tent away. But this is the home version of that, if you want. So we've decided for this dog called Bailey to have a proper crate. I've called it a den. This is Bailey's den. It's got 2 doors. We've got one at the end, and then we've got one here, which will be the main entrance, and it's got bedding in there. We got a couple of cushions in there. Lovely, nice little mattress for the dog to lay on. And then there's also a bowl in there as well. So if the dog does get thirsty in the night, then it's got something to be able to drink. So this is in a corner of the room that's very quiet. My bed's right here. I've got a king-size bed here. And then just above the crate, we've got a shelf, which I recently put in, This is all brand new. This was a corner TV. The TV here that you can see, that was actually down here before, but that's all been moved up. And all the cables have been moved up out of the way so they're not a chewing hazard for the dog. And the power lead actually goes over the door there. But in these 3 boxes, we've got a selection of toys. These are toys that Buster either never played with or he had purchased for him pretty soon before he passed away. And again, he wasn't any interest. So they're all pretty much brand new. And it seems a waste to either give them away when they've hardly been touched. So we've got 3 crates there, all full of toys. These are mostly soft toys. And all those little squeaks in. If you've got a dog right now, it's probably going mad right now. So yeah, that's a selection of toys. But these toys here at the top, they're not really for the dog to play with to begin with, because we've got quite a lot of toys. We didn't want to spend, have all those toys and then give that dog all in one go. So what we've got here is we've got a toy box, and these are the toys that the dog will use immediately when they come to live here. That'll probably be given a month after the dog arrives, and then this one will be given the 2nd month after the dog arrives, 3rd month. So it spreads it out a little bit, spreads the cost. But these ones here, the dog can have immediately. This is the toy box, which the dog can actually reach into, not far away from their crate. Again, making the crate a nice, fun area. We've got Squeaky Toys in here, but also as well, we've got the Wobble, Wag, Giggle ball. Now, to some people, that might be irritating, but to me, I could play with that all day. In fact, I think I'm actually half done after playing with this for half an hour. Speak amongst yourselves. I love it. So, yeah, we've got a selection of toys there that the dog can reach straight away, and then gradually, as the months go by, these will be emptied into this toy box so the dog can pick and choose what they want. We've also got one of these Trixies. Buster used to love these. And what it is, you put treats in each of these little cylinders, and then the dog will come up and then he'll literally and then treats will fall out. Brilliant. It was like Buster's fruit machine, and he used to love that. And yeah, just see his mind working. Incredible. But there's more, because say we've got some toys there. Those will be added in gently. We've also got again, everything's blue. The colour is blue for this dog. Buster had the colour red. That was given to him quite early on. He had a red lead and a red collar and red bowls, blue towels, everything. So obviously a dog needs needs a, well, you can probably see it actually, but there's 2 parts here. So the first thing is, you've got a collar. You've got a lovely blue, electric blue collar. And then this that I absolutely love. It's called from Wagitude. That's the company that makes them, Wagitude. I don't know if you can read that, but if not, I'll put a photo on. It says, are you going to eat that? And I love that. I love it. It's so funny. Wagitude.com, I think it is. I'll put the email up for you. They make some incredibly funny dog tags. Incredibly funny, and I love them. For the lead, I've gone for the Flexi Vario with the poo bag holder. Already got the poo bags in, which is scented. And that's a 8-meter tape. And that will take a dog up to the weight of 50 kilograms, which is good. Although we're only thinking of a small dog, it might be a bit bigger. So we don't know yet. I've got a couple of water bottles in there. Again, coloured blue. I think I'm a little bit OCD on that. For toys and sort of mind tricks, we've got a Kong Classic. And again, you put treats in there. Somebody said about the fact what you can do is you can smear peanut butter on the inside and then put the kibbles in. You deduct that from their daily allowance. Now this, I love this. This is called the Kong Gyro, Gyro. Buster used to love this. What I used to do is take the centre part out, fill that full of kibbles, right? Screw it back on. He says, yeah, that's on. And then the dog will basically just nuzzle this all the way along the floor, trying to get the kibbles out, kibbles come out. But what Buster used to do, cheeky little sod that he was, but I still love him, is he'd literally put this in his mouth and then look at you and then forcefully throw it on the floor when it was empty and look at you. And literally you get this. And you knew what he was saying. He was saying, go on, fill it. I used to love that about him. They say this one is brand new. Same with the Kong. These are all brand new. Buster's got a little tribute in the living room, little corner. And he's got his Kong Gyro down there. That will never be used again. That's his as far as I'm concerned. And this will be Bailey's. But yeah, Buster used to absolutely love this, and I hope the new dog loves that as well. Also as well, got this from Podgy Paws in Keswick in the Lake District for Buster. And what you do is you fill this full of water, and then when the dog comes home and its paws are muddy, you put the paw in there, and then it just washes the paw out. And it's about £21 something, but it's been brilliant. And it really does get a lot of the muck off. What I tend to do though is when I'm going out for a walk, just beforehand, I will fill up something like this, a flask, with warm, not cold, not hot, definitely not hot, with warm water with a little bit of soap in it, a doggy shampoo. Drop of that in, and then pop that outside along next to this. And then what we'll do is come home, the dog or Buster will jump up on the chair with his dirty paws, and then with the warm water with a little bit of dog shampoo in, I would then pour that into there and then put the dog's paws in there and then clean it and then tip that out and it'd just be full of mud. So that's a pretty good idea. And then obviously we've got the brushes, again, all blue. We don't know what sort of, we think we know what dog we're looking for, but you just don't know. Something might surprise us. So we've got all the sort of brushes that you need. Again, we've got more puzzle games here. Again, put treats in that. Buster probably used this once or twice. Nuzzle that around the room. But though, with this one, unlike the Kong Gyro, the dog can't really pick this one up. Whereas this one, they can, because they've got this red centre part here. Put that up. I just hope the new dog, Bailey, picks that up and throws it on the floor like Buster used to, because that used to make me crease. It really did. And we got these other things for teeth. You know, when they you put toothpaste or peanut butter in there. Jackets, again, these were ones that I bought for Buster and never really used. And we had a red one for Buster, which he had. But in the early days, we were sort of like, I don't know. And red kind of suited him, so it was like, okay, we'll stick to red. So the blue one, this one, just never got used after that. And then we've got a collapsible bowl here. And then speaking of bowls, I've got some more bowls, which I've just realised are not here. I'm just going to go and fetch them. For the dog's bowls, we've gone 2 of everything, which is like Noah's Ark, really. For drinking bowls, we've got 2 drinking bowls. For food bowls, we've got 2 food bowls, as you can see there. The food bowls we've gone for are slightly smaller than the drinking bowls. That's because Buster used to drink like a fish. Swear he had gills. So yeah, we've got water bowls and dog bowls. The water bowls, we could probably place 2 around the house in different areas. But the food bowls, ideally, I'd like to use that one day, and then the next day use that one, and then wash them, and that way, so there's no germs getting around. So yeah, the drinking bowls are a little bit bigger than the food bowls, and that's just because we don't want to overfeed the dog. Something new that we've got is this. This only arrived yesterday, and that's a slow feeder bowl. As you can see, there's all these little indentations, these little nodules inside. And I only remembered a couple of days ago the fact that when we first got Buster, he was being sick a couple of times when we first had him. Now, obviously, he didn't know us very well. He was in a new setting. He was obviously quite anxious. So the food in there, literally, he'd just gulp it up. Then subsequently, be bleh, and he'd be like, uh-oh, what's going on? And yeah, he was just wolfing down his food. So first couple of weeks, now we'll probably get another one of these as well, is just use the slow feeder bowl just to calm him down a little bit and slow down his feeding habits. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much everything. Obviously, we haven't got the harness to go on the dog because we haven't met the dog yet, and we don't know what size we need to go for. So that we'll get when we get the dog. But I can pretty much guarantee it's going to be blue. There's a shocker. So anyway, there we go, folks. That's my feet are going to sleep. That's a little bit of an insight as to what we've got. The crate, as I say, I'm hoping that the dog will sleep in there, but if not, if it wants to jump up on the bed, then that's okay. But preferably, I'd like the dog to sleep in the crate. I keep saying cage, and I don't like the word cage or den. That's a nice word, den. But there we go. So anyway, folks, if you found this video in any way helpful, please consider liking, leaving a comment, subscribing to the channel, and I hope to see you again soon. The next episode will be about going looking for a dog. And yeah, I hope you join me for that one. Hopefully we get the dog sooner rather than later, because it's been 12 weeks now, and it's yeah, we need a dog. We need a dog soon. The house feels very, very empty without our little boy Buster or Bailey, and hopefully we get another dog soon. Anyway, folks, I'm going to leave you now, so take care, have a lovely day, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Bye-bye for now.